You killed me with that.
Welcome to 561 Music. My name's Ben.
And I'm Hector.
I figured out a way to put a smile on your face.
Every time, man. Every time you start the show with a stupid clap.
Yeah, it's like totally unnecessary.
I'm going to keep it in this time.
Take a better scene. It's what we're doing. Come and check it out. It's what we're all about. 561 Music.
There you go. So, what's been going on? I've got some fun things I was doing this week. I was in England a few days ago.
Mom's birthday.
Yeah, Mom's 70th birthday.
How did that go?
We had a really nice time, actually.
Yeah, you wrote a song for that.
Yeah.
That was nice,
Yeah,
man.
I did. If anyone wants to hear the song that I wrote for my mum's birthday, you just go and check on my social media there. I think it's on the Facebook. And I wrote a song called In the Garden.
It's only 99 cents a download. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's free.
No, she... I remember a couple of years ago, might have been sooner than that, Mum just sort of mentioned something when I was playing like a song about Josh or something like that, being like, "Where's my song?" You know, it's just funny. And it's been in the back of my head ever since then. And so
this just seemed like a good time, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
And I had a nice time. I only went for like 3 or 4 days, which is an incredibly short period of time to cross the Atlantic for, but it was the right thing to do. For the first time when I've gone to England, I didn't feel like I had to just do a million different things.
Right,
and,
you went there just for that, and you
Yeah.
relaxed, and you had a good time. Yeah.
I barely picked up my phone, which is unheard of in my world.
I know. I messaged you, and it took like 4 hours to get back to me. I was like, he better be dead.
But yeah, I had a really nice time. On the Sunday, we had a big meal thing with basically all my parents' friends are. Most of them are like the parents of my friends, you know, my first friends. And so we had a meal with all those guys, and it was really nice to see them all. And it really kind of felt like going back in time. We had it in this pub in the village we used to live in that I spent many formative years in. So it was super cool to see all that. And I had a really nice time, man. What have you been up to?
Absolutely nothing.
Did you end up going to a gig over the weekend?
Yeah, I did. I had, like a rare off weekend from the Killbilly. So on Friday night, I went to go see Spread the Dub.
Oh, there you go.
Maxie's lineup.
That's awesome.
That was fun. It's always a good time watching those guys.
Yeah.
And Marcus was running sound, so he jumped on saxophone for the last set. So that was fun.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's great.
It was fun to watch those guys.
I talking of Spread the Dub, Mick from Spread the Dub sort of had like a really, really beaten up Martin with a cracked headstock and all this stuff. And I took it to Mike Paparo, who's a luthier, and spent some money on it, and I'd got it completely refurbished. So I now have a Martin, which I'm very happy about.
Nice.
And it has Impeach Bush sticker on it, which I just think is hilarious. Is that old?
Yeah. That is pretty funny.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I saw the sticker when you were showing me the guitar, and I was like, what?
I know, yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to take it off just because it's like a piece of history.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday, we went to Patty Mac's, and we went to see Andy Styron.
Oh, okay, sick.
Yeah, it was good.
Nice one.
Yeah, it was fun, man.
So
good time.
Does she play at Patty Mac's a lot now?
Once a month, just like us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think she played there. This might be her second or third time. I think it's her second time. She played there once, and they loved her, and they booked her once a month.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, I can see how she would fit in really well there.
I mean, and there was like, we were able to get a high top, but it was pretty filled up, and like you could see that, you know, a good handful of the people that were in there like know her and were there for her.
Oh, nice.
So that's good.
So she's really getting a buzz about her.
Yeah, no, so that's good. You know, that's good because she was able to fill the place, have a good time, have a good show, have a good crowd, and then of course Patty Mac's is full, so they're happy. You know? Yeah. So it was good.
I don't think we've done a podcast since we got on Sumfest, have we?
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
We already announced it.
We announced it.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. We're playing something.
But we're playing something.
So, yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. And any other news? Not really. Why don't we introduce the Borin Brothers? How's it going, guys?
Hey, all good.
So it's really nice to have you here. I heard about you guys from Ricky, who we mention Ricky Balouf on this podcast maybe every week because he's in some way involved in something that's going on out here, and he's a good friend of ours, and I'm also playing in a band with him now, which is nice. But anyways, you're playing a gig, right? You organised a gig for you guys.
Yeah, it's on March 3rd, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Isn't it with Young Fiction?
I think it's with Young Fiction, Brayton, and another band. I'm not sure.
That's really cool because Young Fiction is Hector's son, and Brayton. I used to be Brayton's teacher, so
awesome.
I know all you guys. That's going to be a great gig. Brayton's really awesome.
Yeah.
So Young Fiction
Is that one of those Sunday brunch gigs he does at AAYC?
Yeah, it's called like Young Guns, isn't it?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It's great. So, you guys are all brothers, right?
We are brothers.
That's great. There is a grand tradition of bands of brothers out there, and I think that's really, really awesome. If you had to pick a band of brothers that you would liken yourselves to the most, who would it be?
Oh man, that's kind of.
Or are you just unique?
Honestly, we just have a band because like we all play the same. We all have the same music taste and like. And we just happen to be brothers, so.
That's awesome. My brother and I played music all through growing up. And we had, some projects here and there, but, it never ended up being our main thing. But I still play music with my brother, and it's one of the best things because you kind of have that unspoken sort of, I know my brother so well that I know what he's going to do at any given moment.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Is it just 3 of you guys in the band, or is it?
It's well, we're the core members, and then we have 2 support members that play keys and bass.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Nice.
That's killer, man. How long have you guys been a band?
Since
Like 2
March
years?
2022. March.
Okay, so a couple of years.
Yeah.
Nice. Why don't we get back into the sort of beginnings of you guys playing music? And we'll just go around each one of you. And David. When did you start playing music, and how did it all come about? Were your parents into music? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I started playing music when I was about like 5 years old. I started playing drums, and then really right off the pocket, I started playing at church.
Yeah.
So I would play like every week, and then I just met really cool people and fell in love with it. And
nice. Did you have lessons?
I had drum lessons for a little bit, but we're all mostly self-taught.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. What about you, Daniel? When did you start playing music?
I don't know. I have no idea. But the farthest I can remember
Sometime
is like,
in the mists of time. Yeah. Okay, it's pretty early then.
It's probably my dad teaching me a couple chords, and then.
Okay.
But it started to develop, like, listen to music that I wanted to play.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and what about you, Andre? How long have you been playing?
Same thing. I don't really remember, but he taught me how to play a little bit.
Yeah.
Ever since I had brain cells. So.
That's super cool. So it's really just been since the year dot.
Exactly.
Do you have music in your family?
We do, yeah. Our grandpa is a well-known artist in Brazil, a gospel singer. My mom is also a gospel singer from Brazil.
Wow. Cool.
That's.
Yeah, that's great. It really goes a long way, like if not just because it's possible, and it's a thing to do. It normalizes it a little bit. I got some music in my family too.
That's awesome.
So when it comes to like the music that you're creating, who's writing the songs, or is it like a kind of team effort?
Well, go for it.
For the music, mostly probably me and the producer. A little bit. We just chat about it.
Cool.
But for the lyrics, him, a little bit producer, like 5-10%.
Okay, cool.
Wrote us some, but not a lot.
Who's your producer?
His name is John Johnson. He's from Tampa.
Okay.
Yeah, he produces. He actually toured with Aaron. Aaron Gillespie. Is that what it is?
Gillespie.
Gillespie.
Yeah, sure.
Toured with him. He was a tour drummer, and then he became a producer, and then he picked us up. And
wicked.
Yeah.
Nice one. I listened to your tune and the one you have out on I Told You Everything, and the production is flawless, amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, where? So you're doing that in Tampa, you said?
Yeah, we're recording in Tampa. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So when you write, then you kind of come with ideas, and then you go to Tampa and you kind of fill the
And we
ideas
just
out.
execute everything over there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. What
Yeah.
kind of pre-production are you doing for that? Like, do you have a lot of it done before, or is it like all done when you get there, kind of thing?
We have no. I mean,
It's like an idea. It's like
Yeah.
an idea, and then we scratch the ones that aren't good ideas, quote unquote,
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
and then the good ones, also quote unquote.
yeah.
keep.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's awesome. When it comes to like writing lyrics, David, how do you go about that? What's your process?
I'd say the main thing is just heart things like heartbreak and about love and kind of some ideas of love. They come off pretty strong. Like our single says, she's taking out pieces of my heart. That's like it's
Sure.
pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
And yeah, just things about life, about like things I've gone through. So that's mainly my writing process.
That's awesome. When it comes to actually putting pen to paper, how would you how do you go about that? Do you have some kind of system?
I'd say I grab my acoustic or the piano and I'm just kind of like I just start playing chords, and then right after that, actually Middle Seat, the one that's it was out on Spotify. It's a long story, but
Right.
that song came about in like maybe 15 minutes at rehearsal. We just it came about really quick.
Sometimes that's just how it happens,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
it just flows right out of you.
Exactly.
It's great.
Yeah.
So you're writing the lyrics. You've got the music being done mostly by you know, and you're all getting it recorded in Tampa. Have you ever messed around with any home recording or anything like that? Is that something?
Not really.
Yeah,
Just voice memos.
Yeah, there you
Voice
go.
memos.
Voice memos are really useful, actually.
It's a very good tool.
Yeah, absolutely. My phone is just completely jammed full of voice memos. Are you still like would you say like, and I'll go around all three of you guys, are you still like practicing your instrument these days? Like, do you sit down and like play scales and stuff like
That's
that?
a great question. I'd say I've expanded. Now I'm playing mostly like piano when I'm writing, so I don't really practice guitar as much, but I did spend a lot of time practicing guitar. So like, he's the one we trust. He's our lead guitarist, so he takes that.
Do you spend a lot of time practicing, don't you?
Not too much.
Right.
Like maybe like an hour a day.
Oh, okay, but that's
If
every
then,
day then.
If that.
That's
if that.
decent, dude. You'd be amazed some people don't
Yeah.
practice at all.
But mostly just from like music that
Yeah.
I like. Just play it, and you learn a lot from what you play and what you
For
like.
sure.
Or just
No doubt.
lines I create in my head and then just put them down.
So what kind of music do you like?
Like bands.
Yeah.
For guitar inspiration, probably like some of the calmer stuff. Probably John Mayer.
Okay, cool. It's
Guys
interesting,
probably hear
you
that a
know.
lot.
There's a guy that I've been producing recently called Sawyer Reef, and he's got to play a gig with you guys. It'd be perfect fit. I'll like send you some of his links and stuff because I think you guys would be a great.
Send it to Ricky, man. He'll make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Andre, are you practicing these days still?
Yeah, I am. I mean, you could never get like a limit in drumming for sure.
Yeah.
So I definitely study my rudiments, get
Nice
better
one.
and better. And I'm young, so
Sure, yeah.
haven't reached my
Now's the
potential.
time.
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have somewhere you can all play together at home?
Yeah, we have
living room?
all our instruments. For rehearsals, we actually bring sound, and we do it in our living room. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How often would you say the band plays together? Like in terms of rehearsing?
Well.
Once every 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, realistically, that's enough. Like, you know, for our band, I think we're going to try and be practicing once a week now, but we haven't practiced for like a month or so.
We're like once every 2 or 3 months.
I know, yeah. The next couple of months, though, now we've actually got to do it.
That's pretty bad.
We've got to get our heads down. Totally. The thing is, we play all the time, which is kind of an excuse, but it's not because then you end up not putting any new stuff in the set.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So how often are you guys playing shows?
We usually play once a month. We don't take a lot of gigs. Like we kind of we've been doing our own thing, kind of. You know what I mean?
Sure. It's very easy to populate your time with gigs if you want to. You know, people want to book you left and right. So you've got to be a little bit careful with that, otherwise you can kind of oversaturate it. And,
Are you guys just playing, when you go out and play, are you just playing original gigs, or are you playing, like, cover gigs? Or?
No, well, I don't remember the last time we played, like, a show that wasn't ours, like, that we kind of put together or we headlined in the area. So we play, like, 90% covers and then, 90% originals. Correction. 90% originals, and then we throw in, like, one Coldplay song or one 1975 song.
So how long are your sets usually?
Our sets are about, what, boys, like...
Depends on the day.
For our home shows, like an hour and 10.
Whenever we're putting our own shows together, it's about an hour and 20. Like, it's a pretty full-length set.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. And when you play shows, are you usually playing with other bands, or is it?
Those offers I was telling you about, we've been staying kind of away from, not say anything negative, but just doing our own thing, really. Like,
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're really grateful. There's a lot of people in the scene that have helped. Like, when we were starting, they helped us a lot. They believed in us.
Wicked.
So, like, we're super thankful, but at the same time, we're just doing our own thing and kind of staying out of, just kind of doing our own thing.
I heard earlier you were talking about you'd organised some gigs in your backyard when you got started. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we did a backyard show last May, and we did it in our front yard with the stage, with, like, production and everything.
Oh, wow.
And I'd say about 300 people came out in the front, and we got shut down 3 songs into it.
Super metal.
Yeah. And then ever since, like, people started coming to our shows and, like, were, like, loving the way that we would, like, do in our backyard and stuff, because we really take it seriously. Like, we did, like, do lights and all that stuff.
Nice one.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. 300 people in your front yard. Damn.
Yeah. Now, is this like 300 people you guys invited that came, or is this just
No,
like
we didn't invite. We invited.
people just
like,
showed up?
People just showed up. People, like, a friend told a friend that told a friend, and they just came.
Oh, that's
awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Where do you guys live?
We live in Boca. We
Gotcha.
live right by the beach.
Nice one, man.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Well,
Yeah.
sometimes you can just catch a little bit of a wave with that stuff with people coming to your shows and if that many people are coming out to see you guys, you got to try and maintain that somehow.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's killer.
Yeah.
It's so nice to every now and again you see it happen with a band, where there's just some kind of zeitgeist where it just works.
I'll tell you, some of the best shows are like house party shows and stuff. I know.
For sure.
I know. My son playing with Young Fiction, they do. I mean, they've played some really fun, really cool shows. But some of their favorite shows is they go up to Tallahassee. They have some friends up there and stuff that throw these huge backyard bashes, whatever. And they've played. I mean, no kidding. They've played to 1,500 people, 2,000 people at a party, which is insane.
Yeah, totally. It's bananas, man. So, who's doing your social media? Is it you guys?
It's mostly me. It's mostly me. Yeah,
it's quite a lot of work, isn't it?
It's been heavy. It's been a lot of, like, traction coming in and out, but we've been gaining a lot of fans from, like, around the country, so we're really thankful for that.
Yeah. We have, like, someone who helps us with it, Danielle, who does most of the Killbilly stuff, but I've been doing it for another one of my projects, and it is just
brutal.
if you're going to do it properly, it's non-stop.
Yeah,
man.
you should hire Danielle for that.
Yeah, maybe I should. Yeah, but another
She
band.
does 561. She does live music community.
You're
Why
right.
Not? Why not?
No, exactly. Yeah, she's pretty smart there. So when it came to promoting this last single, how did you go about that?
Promoting our single, we actually put snippets on Instagram that got a little bit of, got some views and whatnot. And then we just kind of, our producer helped us with some marketing and stuff like that.
Excellent. Yeah, it's a lot of work. I'm literally in the middle of promoting a single right now, and the amount of different things you have to do, like getting it on playlists and like all that stuff, is it's bonkers.
Yeah.
And just setting up ads on Spotify and on YouTube and on everything. I ended up spending a small fortune on marketing, I tell you. But you know, it's like I will never see, I'll never see that back. It's all good though. Yeah, I feel like in many ways these days, having a lot of content and a strong social media presence is not just advised; it's like mandatory.
It's
you know
mandatory.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's almost more important than the music.
It is, yeah. I found that people actually like they care more about kind of who we are rather than the music that we make.
Yeah,
because they'll
100%.
kind of trip on that, like they'll trip on it and they'll be like, oh, they make some cool music as well. You know what I mean? And
Well, it drives me bananas because people will look at you know, when they're trying to book you and stuff like that, they'll hang their hat on things like, you know, Spotify streams, how many Spotify streams you have. It means nothing. Like you could be the most amazing band in the world and people just haven't heard of you or something.
Exactly.
Or everybody that's, you know, like your fan base could be more Apple people, you know, and they're listening to you on Apple Music, you know, it doesn't mean, that drives me nuts. The whole, you know, Spotify streams.
Yeah, no, I feel you, man. I
Drives
hate
me
it too.
nuts.
You know why it drives me nuts is because A, it doesn't matter, and B, a part of me still thinks it does. Like bugs me.
Right. No, you're right. A part of me feels like it doesn't matter, and the other part of me, when someone posts that they have like 100,000 streams, I'm like,
Yeah, totally. I don't know. It's one of those weird things.
Yeah.
But I think that with Boom Beat Your Heart, the thing I just released, I think I'm going to end up with quite a few streams on that because it's such a generic ska tune that it could go straight on a bunch of playlists.
yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And sometimes being very genre is like a good thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, no, for sure.
Because Killbilly's our other band. It kind of sits between genres, and it's quite a difficult thing to get on playlists. But if you had to define your genre, what would you say it is?
I'd say, alternative pop.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Leaning towards like pop rock.
Yeah, nice.
Staying mainstream for the most part.
So when you said you play covers, you go with like Coldplay in 1975.
Mhm.
Would you say those bands are like influences on you?
Those are one of our main influences, yes.
Yeah,
for our sound.
Is there anyone else that deserves an honourable mention?
An honorable mention would probably be John Mayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the reason why I brought up my the person I'm recording at the moment, Sawyer Reef, is because when we're like trying to get a sound, we pretty much always go to a John Mayer track, like, you know, different ones.
Yeah.
Just because it's, you know, the way his stuff is so amazingly recorded.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Yeah, whether or not you like the music, you know, and I might not sit down and like listen to John Mayer of an afternoon, but I can 100% appreciate the studio quality.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure. For
recording quality. It's incredible. So you were saying before that you found the scene to be supportive in the early days. Can you elaborate on that? Like, what is your local scene? Like, who is that?
I have a friend from the band Audio Crisis.
Right.
Robert, he helped us like when we were starting and kind of give us some support there.
Nice.
That's who I can really think of right now. But just like other bands and stuff, like other people who were just like, oh, because we didn't have, we never had a punk sound or rock sound. So we came out of the gate pretty like different than everybody else.
Yeah.
Not wanting, just being ourselves, and like, you know, people started to enjoy that and kind of just really helped us, like, you know, we just kind of did our own thing.
Well, I think that's cool, you know, because it's at your age, it's more common to kind of be like a heavier band or you know, more distorted or kind of punk or whatever. But I can see how just having this kind of defined kind of poppy sound right from the get-go would be very attractive to. There's lots of people most people like that music more, you know, like that's the reality of the situation. So yeah, it's awesome, and you know, best of luck to you, man. What's going on in terms of more songs you're releasing? So you have one. What have you got out right now?
We've got out Middle Seat live, which was we recorded on a stage, but we, you know, did overdubs and all that stuff in the studio. and then we have I Told You Everything, and then on the 23rd of this month comes out Leave It Here, and we're gonna have like 9 to 10 songs this year every month.
That's the way to do it, man.
Yeah,
Once a
that's
month.
awesome.
Yeah, you doing videos?
Music videos, we haven't talked much about it, but
Right.
we're doing some cool lyric videos that are coming out. Like we're just doing something really creative with that.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really want to do like a stop motion lyric video. That's something I've been dying to do ever since we had a guest on. I can't remember who it was, but he had that really cool one where it's like cut out letters and stuff, and it's all
was
stop
Ricky.
motion.
Wasn't it? It was Ricky.
Oh right.
It was Ricky. It was the Shake.
There's someone else too. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, I guess it was also Ricky. Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. I want to make one of those. I'm going to learn how to do it. I'm in the middle of doing a video right now with my other band Nina's Yard Party, where we're doing like a western. It's real fun, like a black and white western.
That's awesome.
Yeah, having a blast with that, man. I learned how to use. Have you ever messed around with any like video editing software? It's okay if you haven't.
Personally, no, but you know, like our photographer and stuff, he definitely.
Oh, wicked.
He's pro
So
at
you
that.
have a photographer. That's pretty
We
cool.
do, yeah, we do. Since day one.
Really?
Yep, since the first day. Connor, he shot our shows since literally the first day. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So yeah, a little bit of behind the scenes. Yeah, Connor came with you today, didn't he? He's
Yeah, he
taking
did.
pictures of you
Yeah,
guys, and
yeah.
he's a very, very nice man.
Yeah.
So how old are you guys? Like, what's the ages there?
18.
16.
15.
There you go. Good stuff. Man, it makes me want to say things like, "When I was your age."
Right, exactly. Exactly.
That's really cool, man. So, I guess at this point in time, probably wouldn't be a bad thing to have you play some songs for us. Does that sound good?
Yeah, let's do that.
go.
All right,
Let's do it.
do it.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. I told you everything about me, but still I couldn't figure you out. When are you gonna let me know? I turned my back when I shouldn't have. It cost me everything I had. When are you gonna let me know? And does she know? She's taking out pieces of my heart. Why does she sing arrows in the dark? She's taking out pieces of my heart, and I can't save her now. The room's filling up and she's gone. Why did you leave me alone? She's taking out pieces of my heart, and I can't save her. With all the sleepless nights we had, I think about her, no regret. When are we gonna let her know? Should I stay a little longer? Because I feel our time has passed. Should I stay or should I go? I found my way through your darkest night. I cannot stay, or else I'll be left behind. Kept my thoughts from her as long as I could. But will it catch up to me, my love? And does she know? She's taking out pieces of my heart. Why does she send arrows in the dark? She's taking out pieces of my heart, and I can't save her now. The room's filling up and she's gone. Why did you leave me alone? She's taking out pieces of my heart, and I can't save you now. And I can't save you now. Oh, oh. And I can't save you now. And I can't save you now. Does she know she's taking out pieces of my heart? Why does she send arrows in the dark? She's taking out pieces of my heart, and I can't save her now. The room's filling up and she's gone. Why did you leave me alone? She's taking out pieces of my heart, and I can't save her. Nice. All right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and couldn't help go through this line. Didn't know where I belong. There's a reason I can hide. In the middle's where I lie. I found myself between two sides. There is a truth I can't deny. Look around, drowning in lies. In the middle's where I lie. Oh yeah. In the middle's where I lie. They looked me in my eyes, told me I will never fight again. Couldn't tell between her lies. Thought I found the reason for it all. I was told all my life, pretty faces come with price. Held me in a place I didn't want to be, so I turned and said I'd try. Is there a way out? Or is this a part of who I am? I told them once before. They looked me in my eyes, told me I will never fight again. Oh yeah, couldn't tell between her lies. Thought I found the reason for it all. And all I know is I can't find myself. Oh, I know is I can't find myself in. Oh, I know is I can't find myself. Oh, I know. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and let's make a mistake or forget. The morning is far from us, and it's haunting to finally know where I'm at. I found someone and learned to love myself again. And do you feel safe with me? I see you can't stay away from me. Hard to forget the taste you left. How do I leave all these things? All these things. I know it's hard to be someone when you're told to. Unless you come back again, I wish you would stay. Do you feel safe with me? I see you can't stay away from me. Hard to forget the taste you left. How do I leave all these things? And I know it'll be in the back of my head. You forgot who you were missing, but I know this love was a bullet to my chest, and now it's got me busy. And I know it'll be in the back of my head. You forgot who you were missing, but I know this love was a bullet to my chest, and now it's got me busy. And do you feel safe with me? I see you can't stay away from me. Hard to forget the taste you left. How do I leave all these things? All these things.
We are also sponsored by Oasis Root. Now, Oasis Root Kava Bar is in Seagrape Square on Indiantown Rd, and it is a kava bar. If you don't know anything about kava, it's a Polynesian root that you grind up and you mix with water, and it has been in Polynesia for potentially thousands of years. It's an old thing that they used for kind of ceremonial and also sort of leisure purposes. It's meant to be something where, you know, that brings people together. You all take a shell of kava and chink them together and say bula and have it together like that. It's meant to be something to bring people together. It's has a kind of an effect, which is, I guess, a kind of a slightly warming effect. It just kind of makes you feel nice. It's not particularly intoxicating. It's not like drinking alcohol. So the atmosphere in a kava bar is sort of like a cross between a regular bar and a coffee house. It's pretty chill in there. You get all sorts of different types of kava bars. Some of them are more like a club, you know, there's sort of like blacklight and EDM playing, and some of them are more like a cafe. This is one of the cafe type of ones. It's super chill in there. If you're looking for somewhere to, I don't know, maybe go and do some work on your laptop or go and have a chat with friends, it's perfect for that kind of thing. There's a foosball table in there if that's your jam, or baby foot as they call it in France. And Yeah, Jim, the owner, is a really cool guy, and he has very kindly sponsored our podcast. So thank you very, very much for that, Jim. They also do a poker night in there, all sorts of things going on at Oasis Route Kava Bar. 561 Music is sponsored by Live Music Community. It's where we film the podcast that you're listening to right now, and it's also where I work. Gavin, Hector's son, was a student here for a long time, and in many ways he's the musician he is today because of the teachers at Live Music Community. We taught him not only about his instrument, but also about being in a band, and his band, Unemployed Youth, accomplished a lot of goals, mostly band etiquette, how to work together, and all of the nitty-gritty that goes into being in a band on a day-to-day basis. The student signs up for lessons, learns their instrument, joins a real band, and decides the direction it goes in. And we can take people from very young age, 6 or 7 years old, all the way up to 80. There's no age limit here. We run an adult program for people who want to be in a band as adults, but really the main focus is on the kids and getting them playing together and in bands. We are also a studio, a live stream venue, and we can record audio or video. The Killbillies live album, Warts and All, was recorded here. It was recorded during a live stream that we did during COVID. Justin had a great idea to record live streams during COVID. A ton of bands came in, and it was a real success. But outside of that, we can record albums, we can help you with your EPK, and we have full audio-visual capabilities here. LMC is in Palm Beach Gardens on the northwest corner of Military Trail and North Lake Boulevard. It's north of the gas station, right before you get to North Lake on Military Trail. And if you go to livemusiccommunity.com, you have all the information you'll need right there. Thanks. All right, so we just listened to some ads there, the last one being for Live Music Community, which is where we are sitting right now. It's a school and a studio and a space for people to come together as musicians. So it's only appropriate that we ask you guys, do you have any advice for upcoming musicians? I appreciate you're upcoming musicians yourselves, but do you have any advice?
You want to...
I don't know. Play what you like, I guess.
Well, that's important.
Play what you like. Unless it's like the craziest fusion jazz weirdness, then don't play what you like. But
I just had a conversation. That reminds me of something. Just had a conversation with this kid last week. That was very much like that. I was like, just follow your heart, man. And then he told me what following his heart was, and I was like,
and you're like, don't follow your heart.
Don't do it. Maybe don't.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, totally. Hector, didn't you have a question for those lads? You just said it in the break.
Yeah. We were talking in the break. I was asking you guys, I know you started with drums, and then you moved to guitar and stuff, and then you're playing guitar and you're playing drums. Was the instrumentation choices based on things you wanted to do, or was it more like, hey, the band could use a drummer, I'm going to be a drummer now, or the band could use a guitarist, I'm a guitarist now? Like, is that how it worked out, or did you guys just kind of pick what you wanted?
I think before we even started the band, we were playing as a band at church.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were already getting like pretty tight between us three, and I just dropped drums because I was tired of it, and then I was like, I want to sing and I want to play guitar. Then like really worked hard for that. So
you'd be surprised how many bands. We were just talking about this before we started, that we've been doing this podcast for 3 years every week, so we've had 150 guests on here or something like that.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how many people come on here and say that they got started playing in church, and that they just got really good playing week after week after week, and that's just where it all sparked from.
Totally, and regardless of how you feel about all that, the fact is that it can be a great place to learn how to do music.
It's a fantastic place.
I did a lot of choral singing in church when I was a kid, and that taught me how to sing in harmony. For sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. I was the most fun thing I ever did with that is we got to go to Venice one time, like with my school, but it was kind of like the religious music that we did at the school, the Palestrina and stuff like this, old sort of 16th century choral music. We went and sang in Venice. It was so much fun, dude.
Man, if my school band got to play like in the food court at the mall. Like, it was a big deal for us. We were like, yeah, this is awesome. We get a day off from school. And it was so lame, so lame. But you were just saying, fun thing. So why don't we ask them what's the most fun or craziest thing that's happened at a show?
You got anything crazy
Any good
that's ever
stories
happened
for
to you at a show?
Yeah, and we played Colorado, I think June of last year, and it was like a 400 cap room, and it was almost out the door.
Oh man!
And it was kind of crazy. Like, one of the two things that happened that night, my guitar, I was playing this really nice D'Angelico lefty, and the string broke in the middle of our set. And then my buddy had a righty guitar. Yeah. So I grabbed his righty guitar, I flipped it, and just played regular chords.
Jimi Hendrix style.
Yeah, exactly. And then after the show, like, a few people came and talked to us, and this one guy, he came to shake my hand, and he like threw up all over me.
Oh man! So he's just like obviously starstruck or something.
Yeah, I was like, dude, like it's not a compliment anymore, you just threw up.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
So you can play a left-handed guitar or a right-handed guitar left-handed?
Yeah, I can do both. I play better lefty, like with a left-handed guitar, but I've learned to do both.
I have tried to do it the other way around just to see if I could, and it doesn't come naturally.
Doesn't go well.
It's pretty difficult. Yeah, I'm very right-handed, but my dad is left-handed, and he always says that something like left-handed people generally are sort of more capable because they're living in a world that's switched around, so they have to sort of think more about every single thing. But apparently also don't live quite as long because it's so stressful. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I wouldn't be worrying about that if I was you, though.
You got a long time.
That's fine. Exactly. So why don't we get into what the songs you just played us are about?
Yeah, so I think the first one is I Told You Everything. That one, we weren't broken up yet at the time, but I was in this really bad relationship. And I started writing the song, and it came really naturally. Then I realized I need to break up because I was like, the song is coming like too naturally, like she's taking out a piece of my heart, whatever.
Yeah.
And that song was super straightforward. It's just about, heartbreak and like that, when you're in a bad relationship, you can't save the other person. That's another lyric in there.
Yeah.
I can't save her now.
Sure.
Yeah, that one.
That's awesome. What else have we got?
We have Middle Seat, which was the second one.
Middle C?
Middle Seat.
Seat.
Seat,
Gotcha.
yeah. And then that one's just about being in the middle of a situation or like kind of just being lost and being in confusion. The bridge is all I know is I can't find myself.
Right.
So it kind of explains that you're in the middle and you're looking to the left and the right. You're like, I'm stuck here.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Purgatory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then this last one that we played, The Morning, that one's more of a sweet song. The chorus is like, do you feel safe with me? I see you can't stay away from me. It's like just kind of bringing somebody in, whether it's a friend or like, any kind of relationship. Just like a sweet song, just kind of acknowledging like the love of another person, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Nice.
sure.
Yeah.
Is there anything when it comes to the kind of musical content that you think is worth mentioning about any of those songs? Any weird decision you made or anything like that?
So the Middle Seat riff started out how it was, like how it's released now, but we're releasing a revamp of it, which is kind of like a rock and roll intro. Then it goes to this like ambient pop, and just
nice.
kind of
Wicked. Have you guys ever done any remixes of your songs or anything like that, like dance remixes or anything?
No, but we love house music. Like that's like I'd love to remix a song to house. That'd be awesome.
No, totally. It's with what the band I was in before I moved to the US, Sonic Boom 6, we'd always remix our albums and everything and send it out to like drum and bass and house producers and stuff. It was a lot of fun, dubstep and stuff. Yeah, you should definitely do that. And an interesting thing that I saw a band do, quite a few bands do recently, is release the song.
Mm-hmm.
Underworld just did it, which Underworld is like a 1990s like kind of techno house thing. But they released their new single, but then they just released the a cappella like as the B-side. So it's just a vocal and nothing else.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun idea because then like anyone can remix it, you know.
We should do a drum and bass Killbillies like song. Like,
Yeah.
take one of our songs and remix it.
Well, I think just having the a cappella as a B-side is a really, really cool idea. You know, we could just do that, you know. I'd do Killbillies a cappella with something.
It's kind of naked though, man. Like I don't know, like stripped down.
Yeah.
They can find all the little flaws in it.
Yeah. What are you talking about? It's flawless.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Wicked. So I think the next thing is we need to take a look at some gear that you brought. You have a pedal board, I believe. It's Dan's pedal board. Can you tell us a little bit about what you got going on here? I recognise quite a lot of these.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, go on.
It's got 2 overdrive, 1 distortion, boost, a Qtron, if you guys know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a auto wah. Got a delay. I love the delay.
So
And
you've
a
got the
reverb.
classic combo of a tube screener and a clone,
Yeah.
which is what I have on my board too.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have that exact clone, but I've got
They're all like the same.
exactly. I've got a Tumnus, a Wampler Tumnus. Yeah, I got a tube screener on there too though, and I own that reverb pedal too. That was on my board for years, and I very nearly bought that delay the other day because they're selling them over at Jupiter Music.
Didn't you have a dark matter there for a little bit too, or no?
That wasn't me. What is dark matter? What does
It's
that
a
do?
TC electronic distortion.
Oh, it's distortion.
It's not great, but
Right.
it kind of sounds good because it's not great.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
interesting, yeah.
Like trashy. a
crunchy.
little bit.
Yeah, it's like trashy, but like kind of good. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, man, you got everything you need on there. I never really so you're using that as a volume swell or as like a wah.
Volume.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I guess with your style of music because it's kind of this sort of lush and kind of at certain points kind of ambient. I can see how a volume swell would be really
it's good with a
useful.
slide.
Yeah, it
really
just
good with a
swells
slide.
in like chords and stuff.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah.
Nice one. So when you're recording when you're doing the recording your songs to put out, like how are you recording the guitars? Are you using plugins or are you micing up amps?
We do plugins, and then the pedal board as well.
Yeah, okay.
But
Yeah.
no delay on the pedal board normally because it gets screwed up in the track.
Mhm.
Sure.
But
Yeah, well,
like
I
overdrive.
suppose unless you're really going for a slightly out of time delay, it's a lot
Yeah.
easier to do it on.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's perfect. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of in two minds about that because sometimes I like the imperfections, you know.
Yeah, of course.
But then the problem is that if you do it and then you change your mind about it, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
So-
Can you hear this? Is probably a stupid question. I should probably know the answer to this. But when you're recording and you're using, you're not using the pedal board for the delay, and you're using plugins.
Yeah.
Can you hear that delay while you're playing?
Yeah, you can do that. Using the problem with unless you've got like a really good setup, the thing you got to worry about with that stuff is latency.
Okay.
So sometimes it'll just be like a little bit out.
I was just curious because if you're
Yeah.
listening to it and you're just hearing just those notes
Yeah.
without the delay, that could be
Yeah.
really awkward.
Yeah.
You can put like a little bit of delay,
Okay.
and then you put it more on the
Yeah.
actual track.
Yeah.
Sometimes we record without delay with some nice reverb, and then our producer kind of edits some delay on there.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
It's kind of like
Yeah, fair enough.
No, totally. But the answer is, if you have a really, really good computer and you're not running many other plugins, you can have the plugin that you want on the guitar, and it kind of just sounds like as if you were using a pedal.
Yeah.
But then the more stuff you got running, and if the computer isn't amazing, then it just starts to get more and more latency.
Sure.
Yeah, which is something that drives me nuts. I don't know if we'll one day we won't have to worry about that quantum computing. So what have you guys got coming up?
We have this festival that we're playing also on the release date of the song at Meyer Amphitheater.
Yeah.
So it's that big amphitheater in I think is it the main
Yeah, it's in West Palm
stage
Beach.
for
Yeah.
Sunfest?
Yeah.
It's one. It's one of
It's
two
one
stages.
of them. Yeah, 1 or 2 stages.
Yeah, 1 or 2 stages they have.
Yeah.
They have that stage, and then they have the big forge stage that'll be on the opposite
Yeah.
side.
Which is the one? Oh, the Meyer Amphitheatre is the one, the big stone thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the amphitheater that's right off Clematis there.
Yeah. Opposite Yard Bradley's.
Yeah.
doing it,
Mhm.
Yeah, that we're really excited about that because it's our first amphitheater show, and like it's a big dream I think for all of us, and to play
Yeah.
at this age there is like pretty cool.
It's super cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent.
What's the festival?
It's called Good Days Only Festival.
Okay.
It's it's like some CCM artists, some big CCM artists, which is like Christian contemporary. But
Right.
since we're kind of in that like, not scene, but where people know about us over there,
Sure.
they invite us to play. So we're super excited about
Yeah,
that.
that's
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just a big downtown West Palm Beach thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a big amphitheater.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew the amphitheater. I just hadn't heard of the festival. But I'm going to look it up.
Mhm.
Sounds really
We'll
interesting.
give you backstage.
Yeah, there you go. We get Killbillies. I don't know if Killbillies is allowed to play Christian festivals. But
Probably not. Probably not.
But yeah, cool, man. So, anything else we should know about what's going on with the releases you got coming up?
In terms of
When it's happening.
so February 23rd, and then we both have a birthday in March, so we're gonna put our third one in between our birthdays,
Oh, nice.
and then we have April, May, and then we're thinking. I don't want to say this too early, but I'll
Pretty
say
much every month.
pretty much
the
every
year.
month. Then we're gonna drop an EP probably at the end of the summer,
Yeah.
or
End of the year. End of the year, probably.
Yeah.
End of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like, whoa. The
Yeah.
end of the year. Calm down.
It's amazing how quickly a month comes up because my plan with Nina's Yard Party, the ska band I've been doing, was to release a tune a month, but it's like it's difficult because the thing I'm doing is like a big collaborative project.
Yeah.
And just trying to get, at the moment, I'm trying to get footage of everyone who's in it so I can finish this video, and I'm just stuck.
Waiting.
yeah,
Thumb at my ass waiting.
yeah.
Pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But it's all good. I might end up releasing one without a video just to fill the gap. I don't know.
Yeah.
And we'll see. Yeah, cool. Well, have we got anything we got coming up? Well, I mean,
I mean, there's this little thing called 561 Music Festival,
Yeah,
but other
that's
than
true.
that, I mean, yeah, it's no
why don't
big
you
deal.
talk about that a little bit there?
Yeah, man, 561 Music Festival. It's in its third year. It's at Matthews Brewing in Lake Worth, and we have, as usual, 20 bands for $10. And the lineup, if you bear with me for 1 second, the lineup is Blab Scam, Young Fiction, Killbillies, 33 Lions, Little Things Duo, Suicide Bombers, At the Starlight, Exigent Band, Mad Mellow Music, Bear Maze, Killed by Florida, Butch and the Fat Dubes, Bitter Blue Jays, Sue Peculiar, Mount Sinai, Andy Styron, Smoke Boss Militia, Billy Doom is Dead, Brayton, and Ambush.
yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
There's
it's,
so many bands on that I just love. I'm really, really
Yeah, no,
happy.
it's awesome, man. It's 20 bands, 2 stages. We're going to do the same thing we did the first 2 years, which is 10 bands on each stage. And while one band is, the stages are opposite, so you're facing one way, you're watching a band, and while that band is playing, the other band's setting up. And as soon as they're done, you turn around and the other music starts, and it's
Whoa.
back and forth all day. It starts at noon, ends at 11.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
it's
excited.
all day, man. It's fun. It's a good time. And just like all the other years, we're trying to keep the costs low to make it accessible for everybody. So $10 gets you in the door. $25 gets you a ticket and a T-shirt, which saves you the ticket $10 price basically, because
Sure,
T-shirts
yeah.
are $25 when you get there. Yeah, we've been fortunate enough to have a bunch of sponsors already this year on board. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to take a second to thank Oasis Root and Kava Bar, Live Music Community, Galliano Family Salon, Rain Cat Recording Studios, the Shirt Series, Backsavers Chiropractic, Law Offices of Steiger Green and Finer, and Matthews Brewing, of course, where the event is at. So, and
Yeah.
and I believe that we have a couple more that are getting ready to pull the trigger for
Yeah,
sponsorship as
without
well.
whom
so.
we couldn't have done it. So thank
Yeah,
you so
yeah.
much.
I mean, realistically, we at the end of our first year decided we wanted to do a festival, and we said, "Hey, let's do a festival." And then the reality set in of how much it actually costs to do a festival.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not free. It doesn't happen, for $3. So
Yeah.
I wish we could put it on for free and just let everybody in for free. But unfortunately, we have to cover the costs so that we have wives to go home to that don't want to kill us.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Totally.
but yeah, man. 20 bands, $10, 2 stages. You can't go wrong.
It's
It does-
very
I
exciting.
mean, that's
And then in terms of Killbillies, this weekend what are we doing?
We got a lot of stuff coming up, don't we?
We're playing the Irish Brigade.
Irish Brigade on Friday,
Yeah.
and then we have a private event in Winter Park on Saturday.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Irish Brigade is a new one for us, and it is
It's a blast.
such a relief to find somewhere in Lake Worth that works for us.
It's been so long since we played in Lake Worth.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I played in Lake Worth.
Yeah, I used to, have regular gigs there. South Shore Tavern, I used to play there all the time.
Yeah.
And a couple of other places. But there just hasn't been a new home for Killbillies for years. And we found it. So thank you very much, Irish Brigade, because you've really filled that sort of that weird nowhere in Lake Worth for us problem. It's perfect.
You guys doing a square grouper Saturday, or that's not this weekend? It's the next
Yeah,
week-
that'd be the weekend after.
the next weekend. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what Killbillies is doing. And there's some exciting news about Nina's Yard Party, but I think I'm going to hold off on that until next week. So
I
we'll
would.
figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some cool stuff going on with that. Killbillies. You know what? I'm going to make the announcement for Killbillies. Yeah.
All right.
You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
Nope.
Okay. But you'll know. So as everybody knows that we're playing Sunfest. So we put out an album
Okay.
about a year ago,
Yeah.
November of 22.
Yeah.
We've been pushing that album and pushing that music and stuff, and but we went on tour last October, and
Yeah.
while we were on tour, we had a few days to kill, and we were in our Airbnb, and we sat down and we wrote a whole bunch of new songs.
Yep.
So we've been working on that stuff and trying to refine it and everything. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to record one of those songs and we're going to release it the day that we play Sunfest, May 4th. We'll release it that
Exactly.
day, and that'll be the first time we play it live, and it'll be fun.
And we're all incorrigible science fiction nerds, so it's a perfect date to release it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
May the 4th.
Exactly. I mean, it is a little cheesy at this point, but still, it's a
I'll
wonderful
take it.
thing.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. So so be on the lookout. New Kill Billy single, May the 4th.
Yeah, man.
And now that I've said it, we have to do it.
Oh, God. It's getting done. It's getting done.
It's out there now, so now we have to.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, but listen, fellas, Borin Brothers, thank you so much for coming
Thank
on.
you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. You're charming, not boring at all, and we had a really, really nice time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Thank you
Thank you so much.
Wicked.
Yeah, appreciate it.
See you later.